Hey everyone, and today this is going to be a multi-part series or multi-part video because this is going to be a kind of like a long process. And if you don't know what I mean by process, basically we're going to be making a multi-vortex particle or tornado. Um, and today I'm going to be giving you a crash course on the process on making a multi-vortex tornado. Now, I don't really make multi-vortex tornadoes, but yeah, I'm gonna give you a crash course on to get into it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first, we're gonna switch ourselves into the editor. To switch back in the game, we just press F10 and press F11 for full screen, as you can see up here for the little tutorial. So basically, as you can see up here, it says no particle system loaded, as it says up here. Now tools, if you're ever in this editor and you go to tools, material editor is like when you can make materials, but we're not on that. We're making particle. So we're gonna go up here to the top left where it says new. Now I'm gonna introduce you to like some new stuff here. So open allows you to open up your particles here. As you can see, there's some particles that I made. I didn't make any EF6s yet, but those will be there soon. Save will save your particle as something before you make it. Save as will save your particle as something else. Close will put you into this interface as we are now. Recent will show you a history of tornadoes that you were working on previously, and clear recent will just clear out the history. Exit will exit you out the whole editor, even including the game. But let's get straight into it. So we're gonna go up here where it says new. And as you can see, it says untitled, and we're going to go first. We're gonna save this. Make sure to always save um your make sure to always save um so that you don't lose progress or whatever. So we're gonna name this tutorial multi-vortex. And um so you probably can get the gist, a little bit of gists from the last tutorial video. So we're gonna go up here where we're gonna turn this up a bit. So we're gonna go up here where it says create, and we're gonna I'm gonna call this MV because it stands for multi-vortex. And we're gonna do wall cloud A. I always make wall clouds first. So this is where we're gonna put in. We're putting in MV wall cloud A. It can be any name you want to name it, but that's the name I prefer. And the color, by default, the color is really white. So we're gonna turn this down to like a more gray color. And we're gonna choose a particle system here. We're gonna put in a material, so it's gonna be smoke1 slash dust underscore melts underscore alpha. Um, Now we'll go up here to render. Now you might get the gist of like I said, you might get the gists. You might get the gist of from the previous tutorial. So you can just you pretty much can skip ahead of this since all we're doing is making a wall cloud, and you got the gist of that last time. But if you want to learn some new stuff, there'll be some new stuff in here. Um, so I'm gonna pick rotation 8, radius scale. I usually pick that up to 5, and rotation spin roll, pick that to 2. Now onto initializer. Now I pretty much do this a lot. I'm used to making particle effects a lot. I'm gonna set this to 100. I'm used to making particle effects a lot, so that's why you kind of see me just going past this really quick. So it's not really a big deal. Now, position modify offset random is, like I said before, it's important because this sets the wall cloud to the height you want it instead of it being flat on the ground, which is not what you want. You would not want that to be on the ground. I'm gonna set this to like 800 or 8, yeah, 800. No, 8,000 is what I meant to say. 8,000, not 800. 8,000. Set radius scale. I'll put this to 3,000. Let's see. Well, we can't see yet because I didn't emit the particle. And rotation random. Also, another thing I need to add: sequence random. So this, because this pits in different particle sprites for the smoke one particle its texture itself. And there we go. Oh shoot, I don't want it to be a ring. So as you can see, um, turn it down to 15. So as you can see, there's um some particles up in the sky, as we need. So actually, no, I'm gonna set this to a darker color. That's a little bit too light. I like to set my wall clouds a bit darker and more dramatic, so that it gives it more like an appealing look. So as you can see, we got a dark cloud forming up above, and to duplicate this, we're just gonna say wall cloud B. This is the second wall cloud part. The third wall cloud is the swirl. Now, as you can see, this specific particle does not, this specific texture is not visible in 3D, like in the regular orientation. So you're gonna have to do smoke one, side smoke one. Um, Turn this down to 100, or not 100. I keep saying 100. I meant 1,000. So as you can see, got that puffy cloud again. I like this cloud though. This cloud gives off a pretty realistic look. And we're gonna set this to 8. This part to 8. Um, so that um it has a shorter lifetime. It doesn't like really last the same as the wall cloud or the flat wall cloud. Now the third is the wall cloud is the swirl effect, and you guys may be familiar with this. So we're gonna set this back to 2. We're gonna set this straight to 0 so that it's in the center pretty much. Set the emission rate to 1 and max particles to like 3, and then I'm gonna size up this to like 7,000. So, and then we're gonna put in a new particle, which is effects slash swirl underscore cloud. I usually so certain people, whoever make particles, they always go with this specific particle, which is particles slash particle underscore cloud. This is the old Half-Life 2 texture. I use that for like that. I use that for I use that texture for the second EF3 I made for V twisters. And as you can see, this is kind of growing, and I don't want that to grow. I want it to stay exactly that size. And rotation spin roll. So now, all we do, I usually don't do this that much, but, so we're gonna make a new particle system, but we're not gonna make a whole particle. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this tab where it says children, and we click add, and we add wall cloud A, add wall cloud B, and then add wall cloud C. So that the wall cloud should look something like this. I know it's not the best looking wall cloud out there, but it's something. Alright, so next part we're going to be making is the funnel. Now for the funnel, I usually copy the second wall cloud or whatever, and then just call it funnel cloud. However, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep the position modify offset random. Reason why, because we're gonna have the main funnel floating. The reason why I say this is because we're gonna have the main funnel floating, so that the multiple vortices can orbit around it, orbit around underneath the main funnel, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna give this a shorter lifetime. I'm gonna give it a bit more emission. Um, look like okay, so we're gonna add twist around axis. This is okay. So I'm starting to get the hang of this. So as you can see, I'm using this so that the funnel can like expand out as it goes, so that it gives it like a wider funnel. Okay, that's a little. I think that's a little too short of a funnel lifetime. I mean, this is at 15, so I'm gonna just put this at like 12, so that the funnel can have some lifetime or longer lifetime. So I'll put this at 9, and I'm gonna turn up the alpha random. Like I said, I'm used to making particles, but then sometimes when I'm doing them, I'm kind of a little wonky with it, which is why I wouldn't really consider myself the expert of making of particles. Um, so that should be good, right? I know the funnel looks a little wonky. Let me add this into wall clouds really quick. I'm gonna delete it afterward, or remove. I'm not gonna delete the particle. I'm gonna remove it afterwards, because I'm just trying to see something. I might have to increase the wall. I might have to increase the wall cloud size. I might have to increase the wall cloud size. All right. Now next is one of the vortices. So first, we're gonna rename this vortice, and we're just gonna put the offset towards directly in the center, and I might hit a little bit of space, give it a little bit of distance so that you can kind of see its rotation. I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna set this to 0 because I'm gonna give it a fast like rotation. Well, not that fast of a rotation, but like sort of. And I'm gonna give it a 3-second lifetime interval so that okay, I think that's a little too high. But dang, the vortice, I might have to make the particles smaller. Let me see how far along. Oh, 13 minutes. Geez, I gotta end the video. Okay, I'm gonna do one more adjustment and then I'm gonna end the video. Then I'm gonna continue right after. Um, alright.